and some bibletti salad, roasted onions and some char grilled figs. Food hell would be goat cheese with some asparagus and some broad beans. No matter how much I tried to big that up, it was no chance. Even these two decided to choose food heaven as well. There you go. So that's what you've got. So we'll lose this out of the way. And we're going to first of all make some croutons and get this steak on. The croutons are for our salad. So first off, we've got our T-bone steak. The reason why it's called T-bone steak, that it's in the shape of a T. There you go. Partly sirloin, partly fillet. That's the part of this that we want. And it's a cut that's actually not on the menu quite a lot now, as much often it should be, I don't think. But probably mainly due to the price, I think.
Yeah, I think
not anything else.
Is it a lot more expensive?
It's a fair bit because you've got the fillet on there as well. So that bit's your sirloin, and that bit's
normally I would go for fillet.
Normally you go for fillet.
Yeah,
well, generally a lot of chefs would choose either rump steak or ribeye steak for the two. This is the best flavour. But this you get the combination of both, really. But equally, whatever you want to choose, really good. These are English heritage tomatoes. These are Isle of Wight tomatoes, which are coming season particularly early. These English heritage tomatoes. Isle of Wight, of course, famous for garlic, but we've got these lovely English heritage tomatoes, which we're going to make this chutney out of. But first, I'm going to do these little croutons, very quick. So the steak, the idea on a char grill, particularly on a barbecue, people do these. They take it off the barbecue or turn it too early. What you've got to do is you've got to leave it in the pan, and that way it seals, particularly on a char grill. The idea of it is it creates these little lines on the top. The lines are the flavour that you want out of it. So you oil the meat, never ever the pan.
Right, okay.
So same with the fish. If ever you're using one of these things, it's always oil the product and never the pan itself. Otherwise you pan frying it. Particularly with this, you can see it cooking halfway. Yeah. And then when you take this, we can then turn it over, and you see you got the lines on it.
Watch me hair.
Watch your hair. And then we pan fry it the other side. Now I'm not going to add any black pepper on here yet. I'm going to do that afterwards. We've got a little bit of croutons which we're going to incorporate into our little salad. Now the guys there are, well, you can explain what you guys are doing.
I'm chopping tomatoes for your chutney.
We've got the garlic.
I'm
chopping the garlic and ginger.
And the ginger, because this is going to be for the chutney. So what we do is we're just going to lightly toast off these, because this is actually a very quick and simple chutney, this. We've got some dark brown sugar. This is ground coriander. There you go. And I'll grab my shallots now and put them on the barbecue as well, or on the char grill, because you can just pop these on as well. But food must have been an important part of your life anyway, when you were brought up, particularly as a big family over in Ireland.
Yeah, well, I had a massive family, you know. I think my mum tended to make dishes that were you could feed a lot of people with. You know what I mean? Like stews were obviously a big one, cobbles.
Yeah.
You know, I guess the kind of general leftovers. You know,
the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, put in a pot. But yeah, she was a great cook, my mum, absolutely. But my dad he used to cook Christmas dinner, and this was the only day of the year he would cook.
Really?
It was Christmas.
Is that a
Christmas dinner? It was steak.
Oh, steak.
Yeah, it was steak. So we never went for a chicken or turkey or ham. We always went for steak. So he was like, well, if I want to celebrate, I'll celebrate with a dish that I like.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, me and him would have a few beers, you know, on Christmas Day, and we tend to overdo the steak a little bit. That's why I'm trying to find out the right way to do it, so I don't mess up the Christmas dinner this year.
The secret of it is turning it over just once or twice.
Sure.
Because you can see it cooking halfway up the side, and then when you can actually see it, if I turn it that way, you can actually see this cook. Now, if I turn it over like that, you can see the lines in there.
Well, yeah.
Let me turn it over this side, cook the other side. So
what I used to do was I used to just flash fry it in the pan, literally 2 minutes each side, and then put it in the oven.
Yeah, I mean, with T-bone, if you've got a bone on the meat, it's going to cook much quicker. Okay, the heat transfers through the bone. That's why anything like a rib on the bone cooks much quicker than a big chunk of meat.
Okay.
It literally conducts the heat right the way through.
Oh, through the bone and...
Okay,
I didn't know that.
Yep.
There you go.
So, could just cut the figs in half like that. So what we're going to do now to our little chutney here, the sugar's starting to caramelise, which I've got there. Then we go with the ground coriander, the chilli, that's going, chopped. There you go.
Does chopping all the different tomatoes, does that add to the flavour?
It's just speed. That's all it is, speed. That's the thing. Then we go with the ginger and the garlic. And then you throw in the tomatoes. The secret of it is, the reason why we caramelise that sugar first, is that it gives a nice flavour but also texture to this. So it actually thickens it up. So we're not going to cook it for very long. This is malt vinegar going there. You could, of course, if you come from Jose's neck of the woods, use some sherry vinegar.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Or some heady vinegar.
Hairy vinegar. That's the one. A little bit of olive.
Excellent Spanish today here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm getting a lesson today.
Then we put our figs on, which I think figs and beef are particularly duck if you're going to cook them on a char grill or barbecue.
I'm going to try and help them out over here.
Yeah, you can.
It's a making go now.
Right, there we go. He's in enough trouble already. His wife actually texted him while we were off air.